This is such a crucial part to the business. We had Dylan Buck speak to our leaders last week, and he talked a little bit about field training, about when you have a new agent come on board, you do not want to be the reason why they leave. So you got to make sure you cross the T's, dot the I's on, and doing your part to make sure you get them up, you get them trained up well, up to standard. Obviously, they got to do their push-ups as well, but you still got to do your push-ups with them. So we can't do your push-ups for you, but we can do them with you. But you got to make sure you as a trainer are doing your push-ups, and we got to make sure the new agent are doing their push-ups as well. So I got a PowerPoint today. We're going to talk about how to be a great field trainer. And this is really good for brand new agents and for people who are training newer agents. So pretty much everybody on this call kind of falls into that category, whether you're getting trained right now, you're still in your first 90 days, or you are currently training other people right now, okay, or thinking about training other agents. So we're going to go through all the very criteria to be a top trainer. These are the action items that you can do to be a stud field trainer and to be a stud new agent. So let me go ahead and share. All right, so we're going to go through a lot of tips on how to help new agents with success during their 9-to-5 work hours and after 9-to-5 work hours. So how to help somebody be a stud new agent during 9-to-5, like how to do things super simple, duplicatable. You are what you duplicate. And then how to make sure that they're skilling themselves up in the non-9-to-5 work hours. What are some things that you can do to make sure that you just have that slight edge? You can separate yourself from the pack. So start this little PowerPoint. And yeah, we'll get started. We're not going to talk very much about this first page. This is what you can do. We'll just kind of skim over this first page, but these are just some tips that if you have somebody attending Sales Academy next week or 2 weeks from now, here are just some tips that you want to have with them before that happens. So make sure you have a sales talk review. Every single person on this call, well, unless you've been here longer than about a year, but we started doing sales talk reviews about a year ago. But most people on this call have had a sales talk review the week before they go to Sales Academy. Usually it's on like a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, or even sometimes on Sunday if we have to. But sales talk review, making sure that you know your sales conversation, at least the first few pages, word for word, okay? And how we talk about the importance and the expectations. We kind of go through the 10 things that you need to do so you can be successful, and the 5 things that you can count on from your coach. And if you want to be a top producer, there's 5 extra things that you can be to be a top producer. So making sure if you still have those notes, review them, because we still talk about all those same things, 6 months, 6 years into the business. If you have the opportunity to have your agent follow somebody before Sales Academy who's doing really well, get them to do that. Okay. Role playing the sales conversation as many times as possible with them, as much as possible. So getting them on Zoom and just role playing different parts of the sales conversation as much as you possibly can. Sharing the Elevators podcast, making sure they listen to episode 1 before sales school starts. And just talking big, sharing stories from the field. Like, hey, we just had a new agent who had 6 clients in her very first week. The week before that, we had a new agent in Tennessee. He wrote over $8,000 in premium, had 8 customers his very first week. That's going to be you. Okay, let's think big. Making sure you hype up all the bonuses. Really be tripping on them about quick start bonus, the MVP bonus, beast mode bonus. Beast mode bonus is only available to agents in their very first week. The week that they're in Sales Academy, make sure they got to put in 20 hours. So yeah, they're probably going to have to work on Saturday if they really want to earn that beast mode bonus. Okay. It's hard to put in 20 hours on half a day on Thursday and Friday. So it kind of forces you, if you want to earn it, you got to work on Saturday. You have to do that for the rest of your life? No. But if you want to get that $250 beast mode bonus, that's what you must do. You got to get 15 demos that first week that you're in sales school. Write 2,500 of NAP as well, and submit your weekly game plan. Okay. And talk about rookie of the year. I want you to be the rookie of the year. Whenever you train somebody, how cool would it be if you trained the rookie of the year for our agency and all of Family Heritage? Okay. So really be talking big to them right off the bat. And this is a saying that I like to say, study that sales conversation as if you're getting paid $1,000 a day to memorize it. So if you have somebody who's been hired and they're studying their sales talk, or they're in their first 30 days here, like, hey, you need to be studying that when you're not working, as long as you're getting paid $1,000 a day to memorize that. Because when you study it that aggressively, yeah, you'll be making 500 to 1,000 or more dollars a day when you're working here, but only if you study that aggressively before you get started. Okay. Wynn Underwood, we all heard him last week at Agency Days. He had a fast start, but guess what? He knew his sales conversation before he started his career. Before he walked into his first business, he knew his approach word for word. During Sales Academy, here's just a couple tricks to make sure that you just have good communication and what you need to be talking to with your agents while they're in Sales Academy. Making sure that you call them at least once a day, or they call you at the end of each day, just a quick phone conversation. Okay. And we've had some people even have voucher conversations as well. That works too. If you can have a 2 or 3 minute long voucher and be like, hey, tell me how your day was, and then kind of tell you about it, and you can voucher them back. That works too. But also a quick phone call, 5-minute phone call at the end of each day is nice. Just getting them excited for the next day, hearing how their day went, answering any questions that they may have. And what's critical is making sure, because sales school now ends at Thursday at 12 o'clock Eastern time, right when the CRM training is done, making sure that they have a game plan to meet you, whether it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, right in their territory. Like, hey, we're going to meet right here at Food City, right here in Morristown, Tennessee, right here at 12:30. Here's the address. I'll see you there at 12:30. We're going to rock and roll, making sure they clear the decks for all day on Thursday and Friday. And then obviously the next week, because you'll be training them. Be promoting an Eagle their very first week. I know we had a young gentleman, Stephen Turner, wrote an Eagle the week he was in Sales Academy. Wynn Underwood, be promoting that. Yeah, we've had several agents who just started here who wrote an Eagle the week they're in sales school. That's pretty cool. That's going to be you. Be promoting their territory, getting them to marry their territory day one. Talking big like, dude, your turf is awesome. You're going to absolutely crush it. You're going to know everybody. You're going to meet every single business owner in your entire area. You're going to meet all the principals. You're going to meet all the big dogs, the CEOs, every HR manager, every employee of every business, all the dealerships, like every business in your territory is going to love you. Just really be promoting their area, their turf, how they're going to crush it. They're going to work it tight, and they're going to see every single business in that area. And every person, like, you're going to shake hands with literally every employee and owner of every business in your turf. That's pretty cool. Everybody's going to know you could run for mayor next year and probably win because everybody's already shaking your hand. You're going to be more popular. You're going to know your area more than people that's lived there for 20 years in just your first month. So really be promoting marrying your turf, and just make sure that you have a set meeting spot for them the night before. So if you're meeting them on Thursday at lunchtime, right at 12:30 in their area at the first business, make sure that they have that in their phone. So they know exactly. Lunch packed for the day. Their first day, it's very crucial that they see that you have your lunch packed. You should never take your your agent out to eat for lunch. It's okay if you do it for dinner. So when you get done at 5:30, 6 o'clock, that's okay to take them out to dinner. But just don't take them out to eat for lunch. Because we all know what happens when you eat fast food, gas station food, whatever it may be, it just slows you down the second part of the day. It just creates a bad habit that doesn't need to be created. Okay. Making sure they know the dress code. Making sure they know the dress code. I've been here a long time. I've seen it all. I've seen people wear suit and tie their first day. I've seen people wear, as if they just got done working out in the construction field all day long. I was like, hey, we need to make sure you dress sharp. Business casual is what we wear. You don't need to wear a suit and tie here, but you do need to wear a sharp shirt, dress pants, dress shoes, not tennis shoes, dress shoes, something that you would wear to, go if you go to church. Something nice. Making sure they look the part, because we're getting people's checking account numbers. You got to look the part. If you guys remember what all the guest speakers were speaking at Agents today, how they were dressed, That's exactly what you should dress like. Mindy Dillon, Brandy Graham, Wynn Underwood, CJ. They're wearing the same clothes that they wear in the field every single day. They didn't dress any up or down. They wore the exact same things. And that's why they were speaking at agency days. Patrick Flynn, what he was wearing for agency days is what he wears in the field. That's exactly what you need to dress like when you're in the field. And here's the first few days, super important. Field training schedule. So in their first 5 days in the field, so that's like Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, at least 3 of those days you need to spend with them. At least 3. You can do more, but at least 3. So if you work with them all day Thursday, Friday, and Monday, there's your 3 days. Now, are you going to spend more than 3 days with them? Most likely, yes. But in their first 5 days, you do need to spend at least 3 days with them. And preferably in their territory. I do know sometimes situations happen when you may have the biggest enrollment of your life in your turf. I know CJ's very first day, I had set up a massive business in Hickory, North Carolina that I worked on for like 2 months to get it set up. And his first day, he saw me sell, I think it was like 8 clients back to back to back to back to back. And CJ sold one too. But in that second and third day, I went off to Asheville to go field train CJ B2B to B2B and go to Mills River, North Carolina, go down the street. So sometimes you may have a situation, but preferably you want to get in their area the first 3 days. Okay. And you need to spend all day with them, at least 9 to 5. You don't have to work 14 hours with them in the field, but at least 8 hours. 9 to 5 is a great. Make sure you're walking into your first business before 9 and you're not leaving your last business until after 5 and getting your 6 demos, just getting a solid 2 out of 3. That's critically important. If they see you bolting out at 3 o'clock, oh, I got to go do this real quick. Oh, I got to do this. Then they're definitely going to be doing the same thing. So make sure that you invest that time up front. You do the heavy lifting up front. You do not want to be the reason why they quit. You want to field train these people as if you're field training your best friend or your brother or sister. You want to take it that seriously. Work hard now and play later in life. Non-negotiable, 8 hours, 6 demos. That's the standard here. And to show them how we have fun. This career is not, we take our career very seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously. So I'm a humongous goofball. That's why I love this career, is because I can completely be myself. So making sure that you show them how we have fun too. We smile. We smile with people. We make people laugh. Be funny, make money. But we also tell them phase 1 of the business is definitely the hardest. And this is the deal. Some of you guys who are field training may be in part phase 1 and part phase 2. Some of you guys may be in phase 3. Some of you guys may be in half phase 2, half phase 3. Phase 3 is reservicing. Phase 2 is you're pretty much doing mostly still referrals, enrollments, but still doing some B2B. Phase 1 is you're doing all B2B. Okay. Everybody's in a different phase. But if you're in phase 2 or phase 3, when you go field train somebody, you got to field train them in phase 1. Okay. You can't just go into the businesses that you have easy access to because you've already got your niche markets kind of created for yourself. You're going to crush their career and their hopes and dreams are going to throw it out the window. You got to train them in phase 1 whenever you field train people. That's critically important. Go next business on the left or right, next business on the left or right. Don't think, just go. At some point by doing that, they will eventually be in phase 2 and phase 3 a lot quicker if you field train them in phase 1 first. Just like with playing sports, athletes, actors, it'd be really hard to never play basketball and go straight to the NBA. You have to start somewhere, and then you start playing rec. Then you start playing middle school, high school, college. Then you go to the NBA. But they're going to get crushed if you don't show them phase 1 first. And at the end of each day, this very last line, this is just critically important, making sure you just show them how to log their stats in on Legacy Stat Site. You may even have to kind of do it for them the first day or two, but show them how to do that. Their homework assignments, they get an email of their homework assignment, like, hey, do your homework assignments tonight. And first thing tomorrow morning, I want to hear how it went. And make sure that you have a set meeting spot for the next day. Like, hey, so tomorrow we're meeting here at 8 a.m. right here again at Food City. And these are the first 5 businesses we're starting with. Boom, 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 boom. And then we've got a couple callbacks that we have from today as well right after that. But we're starting right here. And be prepared because you're going to be doing the first approach. So making sure that you just show them how log stats, homework assignments, and the meeting spot for next day. So I'm going to pause there. We got a few more slides, but any questions or comments so far, guys?
No, sir.
And then here, after that first week, so after the first, you're going to field train them at least 3 days their first week. I know Brandy, I mean, she field trains people 4 and 5 days a lot of times their first week. But once you've got your minimum 3-day first weekend, this is what the next couple weeks, the next 2 or 3 weeks should look like. You should still spend at least 1 day in the field with them in their territory, tweaking their skills. So at least 1 day for the next following weeks, next 2 or 3 weeks, in their territory, tweaking their skills. So you're just watching them, they're watching you as well. It's about 50-50, where you're doing half, they're doing half. Role playing with them. Communication is vital. And when you're not working with them, you're on Voxer every few hours, role playing with them. You're hearing what's going well, how their day's going. Sometimes you need to give them some inspiration for action, pump them a quick phone call, 5-minute phone call, but make sure you guys communicate over the phone at least once a day, either in the morning or at night, but then also Voxer during the day. Voxer is good because I can hear those Voxer messages and I can also coach you as well. But if we never hear from you, we don't know what's going on. People that go through the learning curve a lot quicker are people that use Voxer a lot more aggressively. It's adding value to your business. If you keep getting the same objection over and over and over again, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So let us know what's going on and we can role play that situation with you. And that way you can crush that objection the next time. Weekly business reviews need to start. After you've been here for a week, you need to set up a weekly business review with your trainer. It's a 15-minute coaching call between you and your coach. But it is a set time on each week that happens and it's in your calendar. Promote an awesome first month, making sure that they understand quick start is a non-negotiable. Everybody needs to earn quick start. That is 100% something that every agent needs to hit. So you as a trainer need to be promoting that on a daily basis. We also, a couple other things, making sure, especially when you go back and work with them, you need to make sure that they're gathering referrals at the end of every single demo. You show them that this is not a cold calling career forever. It may be for the first 3 months, but once you've gathered a ton of referrals in that area, then it becomes 50-50 referrals, 50-50 B2B and callbacks. But you have to show them how to get referrals. And that's good for you as a trainer. You may be terrible at getting referrals, but it's not because you're terrible, just because you never asked for it. But by showing other people how easy it is to get referrals when you ask, if you ask, you shall receive in this business. Some people will not give you any referrals. Some people will give you tons of them, but you will only know if you ask. But when you get referrals, it gives you excitement and it gives them excitement for the next day. Making sure you show them how to use the CRM at times too. And that'll make you better at using the CRM too. Outside the field hours, so outside 9 to 5, here are a couple other tricks, is taking them to dinner. Once you get done working with them, like, hey, let's go eat this little Mexican joint, 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever it is, when you get done wrapping up your day. And you can take them out to dinner. Just get to know them as a person. Like, hey man, how's the wife? How's the kids? How old are your kids again? Awesome. They play any sports? Just build that relationship, guys. Build that relationship with your trainers. Show them how much you care. On a daily basis, make sure that they're studying every single night. Hey man, what are some things that you've been studying the last couple of days? How's your homework assignments been going? Guys, their first 30 days, the homework assignments that you get from Nicole and me should take you 30 minutes to an hour to complete. The people who crush this career are doing their homework. The people that kind of have a slower start definitely are not doing those homework assignments. Are you reading your sales conversation? What books are you reading? It's part of the deal here. Everybody reads. Leaders are readers. If you're training somebody, you need to read some leadership books. And I have lots of books that I can recommend. And you should be listening to these books in your car. Education on Wheels. Audible is phenomenal. You can go get an Audible book for like 10 or 15 bucks. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink is an awesome book. If you want a great, just hardcore first leadership book, go to, listen to Extreme Ownership and you'll be fired up. There's a bunch more, but that's a really good starter. Get to know their family, their dogs, their kids. Feel free to hang out with them, even outside of work. I know the first time I hung out with Brad, we hung out at Old Meck Brewery, the oldest brewery in Charlotte. The first time we ever hung out after working together for the day, we hit up the brewery together. It was great bonding time. Just got to hang out. They didn't really talk too much about work. Just kind of hung out, got to know him, and he had just got married to Cassie. It was awesome. Having accountability, share, guys, you're not just their coach for the business, but we're almost like their life coach too. Like, we got to lead by example in all phases. So I make sure once I started having team members, I was forced to wake up earlier. When I first started this, I was right out of college. And in college, I did the bare minimum to get by. I was trying to sleep as late as I possibly could and go to bed as late as I possibly could. But here, I had to start new habits. And once I started having a team members, I was forced to wake up earlier. I was like, man, I got to start working out in the morning because I'm tired at the end of the day. I want to stay in shape. I was forced to wake up. I need to start eating healthier. I can't eat out at lunchtime every day. Health is wealth. If you want to have a great accountability partner, meet them in the gym before you meet them in the field. Meet them in the gym before you meet them in the field can be a great way to start your day. Me and Toy Bellamy have met in the gym several times. Good old Planet Fitness here in Charlotte. Great way to start your day. Sending them eagles and claims. Teaching them on how to look at claims on the website and how to find eagles. It's all on FHL Connect. Making sure they're reading those in the morning. Inspiration for action. They're building their armor for the day. How to order their supplies on FHL Connect, their marketing materials, how to order those, how to look at their paychecks, how to look at their advance statements on FHL Connect. This is how you look at how much is going to go into a direct deposit in your checking account. Look, man, you just got your first direct deposit. You can get 3 of these per week. Check this out. Your first direct deposit, $1,100. That's not bad. You can get paid up to 3 times a week here. Advance statements come out on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you're protecting a family on a day-by-day basis, you'll be getting paid 3 times a week. That's pretty cool. I don't know many other careers where you get paid 3 times every single week. But show them how to look that up, how to look at their numbers like week 2, week 3. You pull up their progress reports, share with them if they had any pins, how to handle if they have a cancellation. Little things like that are things that you teach them in their first month. And then here is the last page. Let me go back. Number 1 is just be positive. Your job is to be super positive to them. Inspire, inspire, inspire. Lead from the front, lead by example. Give them the compliment sandwich. Yes, whenever you are watching a new agent, you may have 300 things that you want to correct when watching, like, oh my gosh. Remember when you're in English class in high school? And you got your paperback and had red ink all over it? Well, you don't want to give them every single thing bad that they're doing. So each goal period, and you don't give feedback after every approach. What you do is you rotate in between goal periods. So like, hey, you're going to get this goal period. I'm going to get this goal period. And at the end of the goal period, that's when you give them what's called the compliment sandwich. 2 things that they're doing really good. I usually like to give them 1 thing that they're definitely doing well. And the biggest thing that they need to do to improve on. And that could be just like, man, you just need to stick to the script more because your sales conversation is just not fully there yet. It will get there. But one thing that you're definitely doing well is that you're smiling big when you walk in. Like you're just showing your big goofy smile and people love you, man. And that's gonna make you so much money here. Just keep smiling. Making sure that you're just always giving compliments and not just negative feedback or criticism. And understand that people will do half of what you do well, and 100% of your bad habits they will replicate. So making sure what you do right, they will do half of that. What you do wrong, they will definitely do that. So if they see you showing up at 10:30 and leaving at 4:30, that's going to be their daily routine. So you got to make sure that you're doing everything by the book, just textbook style. Under promise, over deliver. If you tell them you're going to do something, do that and then more. What just doesn't hurt, which definitely hurts trust is when you don't do what you say you're going to do. Making sure that you're keeping very good notes on your new agent and making sure that they're taking very good notes on you. That is crucial. If you're a brand new agent, if you really want to upset your trainer that's driving out there to meet you, they make really good income when they go work in their territory. They're throwing it away to go to yours. If you're not taking notes on them, that's going to really upset them. They may not tell you that, but they're definitely telling me. You have to take notes. My first day I followed somebody, I had 12 pages of notes. I was like, I want to do exactly what this guy's doing. Making sure that you're taking notes, both parties, the new agent and the experienced agent. So I have a tab on my iPad. It's a notes section. It's the app that we all have. It's called Notes, or you can have Evernote, whichever one you prefer. And each person I just type in, Rylan Lovejoy, Allison Buckle. And each follow day that I just have tons of notes on whenever I follow them in the field. What's going well, things to work on. I can talk to them at the end of the goal period. It could be technically, it could be body language, it could be tone of voice, it could be anything. Making sure that you're not scared to get rejected in front of your new agents is crucial. You're not scared to go into any business. If the next business on the right is a law firm, you got to go in there. Even though you may be nervous, that's okay. It's good to be nervous. And then right after that, you see a Wells Fargo, you're like, oh, no. But guess what? You're going to go in there. Action cures fear in this business. Be humble, humble yourself. It's okay. That's how you get better. And each day, strive to get a 3 out of 3 day every single day. 2 out of 3 is great, but you're really there to show them how to get families protected as well. You want them to make money fast. You're striving to get not just one family protected. If you do the career the right way with a good attitude, using the sales conversation, you should get 1 or 2 minimum families protected, even in a brand new area you've never been in before. Not every day will you get that, but if you do that over the course of a week, you should average several families protected for each day. Making sure you're teaching them how to listen to the Elevators podcast in the car. You're not listening to blaring music with them, whatever it may be. Just make sure you have the Elevators podcast playing in your car because they will copy what you do. Elevators podcast or Audible books, whichever one. But education on wheels. Using a goal card. The blue goal cards. If you don't have those, email Nicole Danwood. She can get you some shipped to you. But making sure you're showing them how to use them. That way at night, they know how to put in their stats on the legacy stat site based off their metrics on the goal card. And again, compliment sandwich every goal period. And last one, just have fun because you're building an empire with your team. And it is nothing more exciting, guys, than bringing this person to Dallas, Texas with you. Like when you go to these trips and there's going to be like 800 people to 1,000 at Dallas, and you've got 2 or 3 of your agents with you that you train, that you put in blood, sweat, and tears to help them be successful, you put them on your back, like it is awesome. I remember my first trip, I was there by myself in San Francisco, my very first family heritage meeting. The next trip, I had a couple team members there. It was so much more enjoyable. It was even better because I remember just being there with my team. It was just awesome. When you experience success here, it's great. When you watch other people that you brought up the ranks to experience success, that's when it becomes a career. When you see somebody earn the I Dare You jacket that you feel trained, it'll have a tear going down your face when you watch them walk across that stage. It's very impactful. So I would highly recommend making sure that you do that. You first need to earn the I Dare You jacket. You need to get in the top 140, and then having other people in the top 140 to go to Cancun. Guys, we're going to, I think it's called the Moon Palace. Yep, the Moon Palace, the Grand. Is one of the nicest resorts in Cancun. Like only the top 140 get to go, and all of Family Heritage. So really be promoting that, guys. There's people that are going to be starting in Q3 that are going to be there, that they're going to make a way to be in the top 140. So I don't care if you started last week or this week or next week, or you've been here all year. We should have everybody there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So guys, say it's Thursday. I'm going to pause there. Any comments or questions so far?
No, sir. Great info.
Heck yeah, guys. Well, let's go crush it today. It is Thursday. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Zoom call on Van Zoom. And let's just go out there, guys. Get a good old solid 2 out of 3 day. We have lots of questionnaires coming in from your recruits. So I woke up this morning with several more. So we'll be doing lots of interviews, getting some of y'all's friends and family hired. This is exciting stuff, guys. So I've called about 55% of all the names. I still got about 45% left. So some of y'all's names haven't even been called yet, because this is actually doing a lot better than I thought it was. And people are picking up. People are jacked and fired up to talk to me. So this is exciting stuff. Let's go out there, be a blessing. Let's make sure we leave everybody in a better mood than we met them. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle.
And there is a national webinar tomorrow at 10. I think it's at 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m.
Yep. I'll put that on Voxer at some point today at 10 a.m. And we've got Erica Bolin, who looks like she's gonna be one of the guest speakers for that. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. Happy birthday, Chris.